So, in an earlier video, I made a comment about something called competing commitments. And it is a concept that Robert Keegan, a professor at Harvard, and one of his colleagues, Lisa Leahy, spend a lot of time in this book called How the Way We Talk Can Change the Way We Work. It's a good book. It's the subtitle is 7 Languages for Transformation. Another good friend of mine, Bert Parlee, who's a PhD psychologist with the Integral Institute and Stagen Leadership, refers to it as immunity to change. So, underlying most of what we are unable to accomplish, despite hard effort, is potentially something within our subconscious mind that is being held fast, and the subconscious mind is not letting the conscious mind know about it. Now, for a lot of you, that may be kind of an interesting concept, that our mind actually has different levels. But it's been fairly well documented that actually does occur. So, for example, in this book, there's Dr. Keegan talks about this Italian man who's trying to lose weight, and he's very, very committed to losing weight. And every week he's very religious about working out, eating healthy foods, small portions, lots of vegetables and fiber, lower fats, but eating proteins, all the stuff that one would ostensibly think is important to do. But he's not losing weight, and he's been doing this for months. And on further investigation, you find out that on the weekends he likes to spend time with his family, his extended Italian family. And they all get together at someone's house in Brooklyn and have this big Italian feast. And, he's kind of a young guy, and the grandmothers are always doting on him and making sure that he tries some of this lasagna or this gnocchi or, some other delicious food that they have made and spent hours making in anticipation of their grandson coming over. And he's very committed to pleasing his grandmothers. And he's very committed to family time and spending time with his family. He loves his family. But the reality is, through his diet and exercise during the week, he's probably about minus 2,000 calories. And in a weekend with his family, he more than exceeds the 2,000 calories he lost during the week. So he's not able to lose weight. So it's that commitment to family, which is a good thing, and his commitment and love for his grandparents, which is a good thing, that's preventing him from losing weight. So one of my friends grew up very poor, and he was lucky if he got one meal a day. And he told himself that when he was an adult, he would never go hungry, and he would never let his kids go hungry. He was very committed to making sure that being hungry was not part of his life as an adult. So now that he's an adult, he's overweight, and he's really committed to losing weight. But he finds himself, every time he has a hunger pain, he goes and snacks. Maybe it's 10:30 at night, maybe it's 6 o'clock in the morning, outside of normal meal times, and he goes and snacks to get rid of that hunger pain. And the reality is that being hungry brings back really bad memories from his childhood. And it's understandable. I can't imagine being a little 6-year-old kid and starving, which is what he went through. So his commitment to being an adult who doesn't starve is preventing him from losing weight. A slightly more sinister example from my experience, I know a woman who, unfortunately, as an older teenager, was abused by her uncle. And after that, she felt really uncomfortable with people staring at her attractive body. And so she made an unconscious decision to gain weight so she wouldn't be attractive. Well, now that she's overweight and she has horrible osteoarthritis in her knees and her back hurts her and she's developed diabetes, she's finding it hard to lose weight because every time she does and she begins to see an attractive self again, it scares her. So for me, growing up in the house of a missionary, I heard quite often that money is the root of all evil. And so I've kind of had this weird association with money. As a physician, obviously I make money, and I make good money. And but at the same time, I haven't ever really enjoyed managing my money because of that ingrained childhood notion that money is the root of all evil. So I've had to look at that competing commitment, that desire to please my missionary father, my Presbyterian minister father, and make him right, that he was right, money is the root of all evil. And I've had to reform how I view my relationship with money. Money's not evil, it's just how we use money that can potentially be evil. So hopefully with these examples you're beginning to understand how something in your past as a competing commitment or is causing an immunity to change, as Dr. Parlee would refer to it. I'm not going to teach you here how to identify what that competing commitment is. The book that I talked about at the beginning, Dr. Keegan's book, How the Way We Talk Can Change the Way We Work, is actually a really good reference, and you can buy it online, and I would recommend you do that. But if for some reason there is something in your life that you are committed to, and despite significant effort you've been unable to accomplish it, it might be good to look to see if you have a competing commitment.